I won't let my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis symptoms define me.
Emerge as you. In 2 clinical studies, Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, provided 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks in 7 out of 10 adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. In a study, nearly 7 out of 10 patients with 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks were still clearer at 5 years. At 1 year and thereafter, patients and healthcare providers knew that Tremfya was being used. This may have increased results. Results may vary.
Serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms of infection, including fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Tell your doctor if you had a vaccine or plan to.
Emerge as you. Learn more about Tremfya, including important safety information at tremfya.com or call 1-877-578-3527. See our ad in Food and Wine magazine. For patients prescribed Tremfya, cost support may be available.
If your small business is booming, you might say,
cha-ching!
But you should say,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there!
And we'll help your growing business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Let's talk a little bit about ABS because it's coming. There was an article that came out in the Athletic. In the Athletic. I know them. In the Athletic, talking about how the ABS has been voted on by the joint, I believe the Joint Rules Committee and Joint Rules Committee. We've been over this. I'm going to say this every single time this comes up. The Joint Rules Committee is a farce and a joke, but they voted to implement the ABS system officially in 2026. So we are in the automatic balls and strike system era. It's official. We're doing it. But remember, there's only 4 players out of 11 people on that joint committee. So even if the players don't like it, it's going to go through anyways. So basically, the committee is just there for it's a complete facade. It doesn't matter at all. The league's going to do whatever they want. And by all accounts, the vote was not unanimous. At least one player appointed the committee opposed the rule change. Here's a quote from the PA. The vote for the Players Committee was not unanimous, which was reflective of broad player sentiment. The Players Association said in a statement Tuesday. Though for some reason, the actual number has not been reported. It's been reported for every other vote. I don't know, guys. I don't know why they wouldn't put it out there. I feel like it's the thing's a joke anyway, so just put it out there. If it was 10-1, 9-2, 7-4, you win. You're always going to win. So it's in. Now, I am actually surprised that everyone wasn't unanimous because I think this is good. I think this is a good thing. So let's talk a little bit about how the ABS is going to work moving forward because this is important, and the rules now finally, we've been speculating for months, the rules have officially come out, okay? So in terms of how many challenges a team will receive, it's 2 a game, okay? So you get 2 total challenges for your team, okay? If you're correct in challenging and it's overturned, you keep your challenge, so you keep 2, okay? If you are wrong, you lose it. This isn't per player. This is per entire team. Do teams get an extra 1 in extra innings? They do only if they have no challenges left. So basically, if you end the game, end 9 innings, and you have 2 challenges left, you go into the 10th inning with 2. Okay? As soon as you use 1, you have 1, you just have your 1. You use it again, you have 0. The next inning, you have 1 again. So if you start the inning with 0, you get 1 again, and both teams get them every inning. So you get 1 an inning for the rest of the game. That's what my understanding is. Now, I could have been wrong about the first part. I tried to find distinct information. Some people alluded to it. I believe that's how it works. So you have to go down to 0 before you get your extra inning one, but you will have at least one. You'll have maximum of one. You will have one no matter what going every inning, even if you ended the game with none. Okay? So that's how extra innings will work. The challenge system will be in every ballpark from the get-go. So everyone's doing it. There's no more testing. It's everywhere, and it will be used in the playoffs. This system will be exactly the same in the playoffs moving forward. You will get 2 until you go into extra innings. You get 1 per inning, a maximum of 1 per inning for the whole extra innings. So that's how it's going to work there. This one's interesting. I did not think that this was going to be so strict, but it is. I like it. I think this is great. So as for who can do the challenge, it is denoted by the old tap on the hat. So the pitcher can do it, the catcher can do it, and the batter can do it. You know who can't do it? The manager. Do you know who can't tell the catcher or the pitcher to do it? The manager or anyone for the dugout. You can't look and get a signal. If you do that, if you look for a signal and they give you one, you don't get to do it. Like they're like, nope, you don't get to do it. And I think that is awesome because players now have to make these decisions in real time. And they have to be confident in it, and you only have 2 as a team. So it's going to be fascinating, especially for hitters. It's going to be so fascinating to see which hitters get the green light, how you give guys the green light, how teams try to secretly tell guys to do it or not, because that's going to happen. Trust me, that they're going to try to be do it, and try not to get caught. That's going to happen. And then how does pitcher catcher? Because if your pitcher does it twice in a game and is wrong both times, the batters don't have any. So our team's going to say, okay, pitchers get 1, batters get 1 until this inning, and then if there's 2 left, then you can use them wherever or whatever. What's the strategy going to be? How are teams going to put that into effect? And then our catcher is going to call it more than pitchers. That's also valuable for me because I remember several times in 2022 and 21 and 22, I had Tomas Nido behind the plate. Tomas Nido was one of the best framers, best receivers in the league. I got Nido'd so many times to where I was like, oh my God, it's right there. And I'm yelling at an umpire or whatever. And I go in and I look at it. And the next day I check and it's 4 inches outside. I'm like, well, if I would have done that, I would look like an idiot, right? But Nido knew that it was a ball. He knew. So I think it's going to be 90-10. I think the catchers are going to call it right away. And they're going to be the ones that make the call. With the exception of the Justin Verlanders and Max Scherzers of the world calling under their own. So it's fascinating to see who's going to be allowed to do it, who's not going to be allowed. I know Tito Francona was talking about it in spring this year. Hey, we're not doing this because we're not going to have it in the season. Now what are they going to do? Right? Are they going to, is Ellie going to get to do it? How much of a veteran do you have to be? I love it.
Boar's Head has crafted an ode to legendary barbecue. A sweet, smoky, slow-roasted masterpiece to excite the senses. Time-honored flavor, sliced fresh at the deli. Boar's Head Sweet Peas Honey Barbecue Glazed Chicken Breast. Honey drizzled and barbecue sizzled. Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905.
Next Level Pet people will do anything for their dogs. That means treating them with next level protection from parasites with NexGard Plus, afoxolaner, moxidectin, and parental chewable tablets. NexGard Plus chews provide one-and-done monthly protection against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms, all in a tasty beef-flavored chew. Used with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about NexGard Plus Chews.
FT Fam Superpower believes that every human has 100-year potential, and they're going to help you get there. I like the sweatshirt, Eric Kratz, and I also love the way that Superpower takes care of its members.
Yeah. You go get your lab test, you become the best you. You be a member of this group, and your test will come back. It's unlocking things that you didn't know about yourself. This is stuff that players used all the time. you can do it now too.
Exactly, Kratz. How many of you have gone to a doctor's appointment? You get the classic, oh, you're fine, or just drink more water. No real data, no real game plan. With one simple blood draw with Superpower and over 100 biomarkers, that is way more than what you'd usually get, and it unlocks so much more about your own body. Head to superpower.com to learn more and lock in the special $199 price while it lasts. After you sign up, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Please make sure to mention the FT podcast to support the show. Your biology decoded, your blueprint activated with Superpower.
So challenges have to be immediate, like I mentioned before, so you can't ask anybody, right? You have to be like, boom. You get like a second probably. By the time the ball's back to you, you have to do it. And the hitter. But again, it's one of those things like, you're not gonna be like, well, like what are you gonna do? Replay it in your mind? You can't see it again. So you're just gonna be like, whatever your initial reaction is, you're gonna go for that. It's going to be fascinating because then on top of all of that, we're going to see who's good at it, who's not. And I can't wait. I can't wait to rank people based on how good they are at using the challenge system. It's going to be the best. Okay? All right. So it's a tap. It's great. I love it. It'll be shown on TV and on the big board with animation within 10 seconds, right? So it's really quick. They're shooting for 10 seconds. It was on average 13.8 seconds per. And in spring, it was 4.1 challenges, 13.8 seconds per, which adds about a minute to the game. But 52% of them were overturned. So whoever challenged it was right most of the time, which I also think is awesome. And it's a great example of like, guys know, man. Some guys know and some guys really don't know. But it'll show the graphic, it'll show in the box where it hit and whether it touched or not. And you'll know preferably within the amount of time it takes to throw a pitch to nobody on base, okay? So, do people like it? And why do they decide to go through it? Well, yeah, they did like it. So, people were asked. 72% said the challenge system had a positive impact on their watching experience. Moving forward, 69%, nice, of those surveyed said that it would like a sport to go ahead with the ABS versus 31% in favor of continuing with human umpires. So 69-31, that's a pretty strong polling. I think that I'm in that camp. I think this is a great way to go forward because, like I've said before, and like I'm about to say again, getting every call exactly perfectly right is a sanitation of the game. There needs to be a little bit of tension, a little like things could go wrong no matter what you do, kind of like life. Right? We need that. We need that parity just a little bit. But what this does, it adds a strategic element to the game. So something you got to think about, something you got to get good at, something you got to be confident in. As a player and as a team, and you have to have a cohesive plan, and it can be huge getting just a slight advantage one way or the other to win ball games. And I love that. I think that's great. It's the same thing with if you're good at instant replay, if your guy is right all the time, that is extremely valuable for your team. Right? So I like that part. Also, there will still be missed calls, which that just needs to be around. But a lot more calls will be called correctly, especially when the guys are right a lot, and a lot of those calls are getting overturned and turned the other way. And then umpires are also incentivized to continue to improve, which they've been as good as they've ever been this year. They really have. So it's improving. The whole game is improving in terms of balls and strikes being called and getting them right. And that is all we're asking for here. So I think this is a generally good thing, and it's been tested for 6 years. So we're at the time where it's time to just go run for it. So the human element's still there. There's some mistakes, but we're getting more calls right, and players have to learn a new skill and then be confident in their ability to use it, and then teams have to develop how they're going to deploy this thing. I think it's just really checking a lot of boxes for me, and I think is going to make the game more fun to watch and a better product without adding any time or making it so pitchers can't pick off and stuff. So I want to know what you guys think at home. Do you think that this is? Do you think it's accurate enough? Do you think it's fast enough? Do you think there's something else that could be added? Do you think there's enough challenges? Maybe 3 is enough. How do we like the extra innings thing? Should it be in the playoffs? I want to know what you guys think of all that stuff, obviously in the comments when this is a video and in the chat right now. Just let me know. But it's coming. Whether you like it or not, it is coming. And That's a little bit like life, right? We have no control. Okay, anyway.
With leading networking and connectivity, advanced cybersecurity, and expert partnership, Comcast Business helps turn today's enterprises into engines of modern business. Powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities. Restrictions apply.